Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little overview of the C14 I built. It's got the C34 frame, and then we got a 370 single speed gearbox from WPL, and I put a black motor from AliExpress in it. It's got a little bit more power. We have 4 metal links in front and back. Our WPL metal axles and trusses. We got the metal wheel weights in there. The wheels we're using are standard WPL wheels with some 3D printed spacers on the outside to allow us to run these MN90 tires. We're using aftermarket servo in there. For our power, we have our Hobby Porter HP 007 transmitter and receiver. Let's see if we can get a view of there. There's our Hobby Wing 1060 ESE that allows us to run not only 2S LiPo, but 3S LiPo. We've got our little doggy in here. A carbon fiber roof rack from Bantam Engineering. This started out as a ready to run C24-1 and just kind of upgraded parts one by one. You know, it'd be cheaper just to buy a C34 and a C14, put them together, but it's not how we roll around here. So we pretty much bought all the parts one by one on here. And we'll look at some of the paintwork. You can see the white underneath, and then it was pink. And now it's tan, but we added some painted on fender flares. Nice scale toe chain. There's some of the pink coming through. But yeah, this is a really fun truck with all the WPL wheel weights in it. It stays nice and low. I had to go through and before we took it out for the last run, I had to kind of rebuild the axles. Not really rebuild them, but I put new bearings in the pinions because they were getting wore out. Before that, I let I don't know how old he is, like a 4 or 5 year old, play with this thing for a couple hours. And one of my friends was over helping. Let his kid go to town with this, and held up pretty good. We broke the rear pinion, so new pinion, new bearings there. Need to tighten up my motor and stuff. I don't know if I can make it move, but something's coming loose. There we go. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a little video for you guys, showing you the Monster C14, as we call it. It's kind of getting it going again. Now that we got a little crawler course to play on, we might as well make some crawlers. Don't have any video footage of this thing running on the crawler course because I ran it off the edge and dropped it down about 6 feet and snapped the wheel off, bent some stuff, broke the roof rack right off. But a little bit of super glue and hot glue, good as new. I'll show you this suspension flex on here. We all the way up and flat, barely hits. We can flex it up on one side and it'll hit. On the back, same thing. Yeah, most of these parts are WPL parts. WPL wheels, 3D printed spacer, the metal wheel weights, the axles, the gearbox, the frame, the body parts. We do have an aftermarket steering servo in there, but still got stock shocks and pretty much as much stock stuff as we can. I mean, obviously, we get different tires on there because we needed a little bit more size. And I guess we're far enough into this video. We're almost 6 minutes in. We'll see who actually watches, because if you think... Sorry, I dropped the phone. If you think this is cool, you've been following along, you know about the new build. This thing right here. Yeah, I think we're going to do our own video on this. It's obviously it's still a project. We're working on it. This is also a very basic and cheap build with some parts that we're laying around. Utilize whatever we can from WPL. I mean, you could just get all aftermarket parts, but might as well utilize whatever we can, including you can see how I got my suspension here. It's a C34 frame, and then we got a frame brace as a little spacer going up there. And since there's nothing hooking the back together, that's our frame brace. So frame brace slash shock extender. I mean, I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but that's how I did it. So that's how we're doing it. There's no right or wrong way with these things. Do whatever you feel is best. Do it your way. Enjoy. Don't matter what other people think. But I'm glad that you guys do like this. I like it a lot too. When I was doing it, it's basically building a new one of these. I wouldn't quite call it a replacement for this, because I'm still keeping this. I don't want to tear this apart, but I have the 370 single speed, 1060 ESC, just a different body and some portal axles, and going for a little bit more low center of gravity. Still a project, but you see our axle mounted servo in there. I don't have it hooked up because I'm just kind of test fitting stuff right now, because I don't know if you've messed with these portal axles before, but they look cool, but they're basically junk. So they're brand new, so I'm going to take them all apart, I'm going to lube them up, grease them, put spacers in where it needs to be, and just really tighten everything up. I don't know if you can see how far the pinion slides in and out. We don't want none of that. We want that to be in a solid spot. It can't come in, it can't go out, it just spins roundy round. We have our, I don't know if we can see in here, but how we did the rear suspension is exactly how the front suspension's done. It's going up to a frame brace in there. And one of the goals with this was you want this to sit low. We want it to have low center of gravity, but we also want it to keep this interior. You see the headlight plug over there, it's just kind of sitting there. But yeah, I want to do up like some drivers, do a driver, passenger, dogs in the back. Been a fun build so far. We had to trim the front a little bit. Trying to just not keep it stock looking, but I don't want to chop the body all up, because it's a pretty nice body from the D62. I definitely think it looks better like this. But yeah, you know what I mean? Appreciate you all for watching, liking, commenting, being subscribed to my YouTube channel. The weather's getting a little bit nastier outside, so I guess we're going to be making some more RC videos. Haven't been doing much this last year, but we're going to get back into it. Try to come up with some cool builds for you guys. But wait, there's no motor in there. We'll make room. We'll get the motor in there. I just haven't wanted to tear anything apart. Right now, the only 370 single speed from WPL I have is in our C34 KM. And I haven't brought myself to tear that truck apart. I did order a new one of these motors, in a different gearbox. Because the combo I like is the WPL single speed gearbox, but with this black motor from AliExpress. The reduction box is still the WPL one. And that's what we're going to put in over here. Main reason going with the portal axles is we took this out and ran the crawler course. This truck runs on 3S, and it's plenty fast. It's just not slow enough. And you put it on 2S, and it's not quite powerful enough to really climb over the hard obstacles without giving it a lot of throttle. So we're going to use these portal axles to get a little bit better gearing. We're going to use these smaller diameter tires, also help the gearing and center of gravity out. We'll add some wheel weights in these. Yeah, I'm not following any instructions on this. Like, I mean, I guess I could go on YouTube and be like, hey, how do I build one of these? And there's this, everybody that's already did it. But I don't do it that way. I do it the hard way. And I'm just kind of reinventing the wheel as I go, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying this is better than anybody else's build, but I definitely think it's for being on the cheap side. We're using WPL shocks and cross brace and just cut the frame down. It's definitely looking pretty sweet. Spare tires hooked onto the axle. Yeah, like I said earlier, appreciate you all watching, tuning into the channel, hitting the like button, leaving comments, letting us know what you want to see. Well, we'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.